Okay, here we go. First class post-surgery. So I'm just gonna do what I can do and you're gonna do what you can do. Does that sound like a good plan? So I'm gonna cue as best as I can so you don't need to look. So let's just start out with a nice gentle warm up. So feet hip width apart, maybe a little wider. We're just gonna send the hips from side to side. Just kind of easing into our inner thighs, which we are gonna work today. So I've got the ball for inner thighs, but you can use a Pilates ring. Then I have a small ball. I don't know if you have one, but you can always use a pillow if you don't, when we're bridging. Okay, so now you're just gonna send those hips around in like a half circle. You're gonna switch from side to side. You can have your hands on your hips or you can have them at your heart, whatever is more comfortable. Okay, now I'm gonna send my feet half on the mat, half off the mat, and do the same thing, side to side gently. You should feel a little more of those inner thighs. And then fold it forward and switch. You're just alternating side to side. Go as far forward with your torso as what really feels good. Okay, standing up with your arms by your side, proud out your chest. I want you to pull those shoulders back and then turn your head to the right and then the left. And you're just gonna go as far as you can, but be mindful. Take your fingers and pull the chin in so your head isn't pulling forward. Do a few more. Okay, now with your head pulled back, again, you're just gonna drop the right ear. So you're gonna feel a nice little stretch on the opposite side. Just hold on that for a little bit. And then switch, take it over to the other side. Nice. Now we're gonna do nice big arm circles. Forward, up and back. You can rotate the hips to help you get the arm around if you need to. Nice and slow. And try to really keep the arm long, so like you're reaching. And now we're gonna go the opposite way. Couple more. Now you're gonna do your left arm. So switch it up, forward, up and back and down. I'm just gonna do some shoulder shrugs while you do that. Remember to go nice and slow and try to keep that arm reaching the whole time. Once you've done a few forward, switch it to the back. Okay, bring your hands to heart. You're gonna step your left foot forward and the right leg back. I want you to bend your front knee, your front leg. So give me a nice big bend, but I want you pushing your heel of the right foot into the floor. So you're getting a nice stretch through your calf. You can lean forward if you like. It might add a little bit of intensity, but we're just gonna hold on this for a couple more breaths. And now I want you to lift up the heel and lower it back down. Do that a few more times. And now step that foot forward, send the other leg back. So the leg goes back as far as you can still keep the heel down. So find that sweet spot, keep the heel on the floor, bend this right leg and just sort of lean forward. Big opportunity here to breathe. Now let's lift the heel and lower the heel. Couple more. Nice. Okay, step it forward. We're going to stand with our feet a little bit bigger than hip width and do a nice side body stretch. So the arm's reaching up. It's going to go over, doesn't have to go over far. You just want to feel this on the right side. So hold here for a couple of breaths. And now switch to the other side. Left arm sweeps up. Nice side body stretch for the left. And back down. Little balance challenge. So you're going to have your hands at your heart, or you can keep them out to the side if that's easier for you. But I want you to get on one foot. So just slightly lift the right foot up. You can rest it around the ankle. We're just going to hold on this spot for a little bit. Couple of nuances. I don't want you to sink into this hip. So try to get taller from the top of the head. Just hold and breathe. You can try to bring the foot a little higher up if you like. But we're still just going to take a few more breaths and then we'll switch legs. Nothing fancy, just a little balance challenge. Okay, put that foot down and let's switch. So you're picking up the left foot. You're lifting out of the right hip. You're trying to be nice and tall. You can send that foot a little higher up if you can. Give me 3 more breaths. Okay, now put that foot down. We're going to do hip circles. So you're going to lift up the right leg, move it out to the side, and lower it back down. So whatever your circle looks like is fine. And switch. Okay, so our first weighted exercise is going to be a wall sit, just to get the front part of the legs working. So you have, of course, the option to grab some weights. And you could do bicep curls, or you could hold the weights on your legs, whatever you want to do. But let's get on the wall and let's just hang out here. Not for a long, long time, but I want to get some good body heat into these thighs. So a couple of nuances. Here's a great opportunity to work your posture. So get the shoulder blades, position them so they're really flat on the wall. So get the shoulders back, get the back of the head on the wall, and just kind of hold here and breathe. How low you go is entirely up to you. All we're really trying to do is get these squats working. So you're about halfway. Should start to feel some heat now. Squeeze in those bicep curls if you can. Okay, so let's get off the wall, come back to your mat. We're gonna do a quick little stretch now for these quads. Pick up that right foot. Just hold, enjoy that nice pull you're feeling down the front part of the leg. Now to amp this up, you can push the foot into your hand if you're looking for a little bit more intensity. Let's switch feet. It's also a great little balance challenge. Push the foot into the hand if you can. Try to stay nice and tall. Okay, foot down. So we're gonna do some sumo squats. Please pick up the heaviest weights that you have. We're gonna start with the heels on the mat and the toes slightly turned out. The weights can either be racked on your shoulders, you can hold them up here at your chest, or you can take them down and do a bicep curl when you come up. So we got options, right? You're just gonna go up and down, nice and gently. You're pressing when you come up, all your weight into the heels. You want to keep that spine nice and long, and you want to try your best to get your hips pulling backwards. Keep your head up. Just continue nice and slowly. Keep curling. Just gonna turn my fan on. And some good body heat here. So we didn't really talk about range of motion. Once your body has adapted and it knows what you're wanting it to do, you can try to challenge, excuse me, your range of motion. So maybe 5 more. I know it's a lot. Stick with it. Keep curling those arms if you can. So on the last one, maybe you can get low enough that you can just sit your butt down onto the mat. You decide, but that's where we're going to meet next. So I'm just going to take it down onto the mat. We're going to start just pelvic rocking, and then we're going to add on to a bridge. So lying down, I want you to be nice and flat on the shoulder blades. And then we're just going to rock the pelvis forward and back. While you're doing this pelvic rocking, I want you to draw the belly down. So that belly is hard. Try to go slowly. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my little squishy ball. If you have one, you can use it. If not, maybe just a pillow or something you can get between your knees and squeeze. So you're back down flat on the blades. And we're going to tilt the pelvis up so you feel the low back on the floor. Your feet are right under the knees, right? Now you're going to lift up into a bridge and you're going to squeeze the ball at the same time. And then lower back down nice and slowly. Roll the pelvis forward, tilt it back, Rock it back up again. We're gonna do 15 of these. The whole time you're squeezing your knees into each other. Go slowly. So right now I'm working on my 4th rep. So if you're way ahead of me, try to slow it down. You're gonna feel good through your thoracic spine. Getting all those muscles pushing into the floor. It's just like a massage. So the inner thighs don't get a break. You're still squeezing. And it's all about tilting the pelvis up and trying to roll up one vertebrae at a time. The same thing coming down. That's why we like to do this fairly slowly. So I have about 4 more. Hopefully you're right around that same mark. And that's the last one. So put that little ball away. We're going to give our inner thighs a break. Take this small band. They're going around the ankles. Working these outer hips of ours. So take it back down. Legs come straight up towards the ceiling. You're going to open out as wide as you can and come back in slowly. We're going to do this 15 times. So it's really up to you to make this hard, right? If the band you chose is too easy, always time to switch it. You know these bands wear out over time. So even if the black one gets too easy, time to buy a new set. You can try moving the legs a little forward, but let's keep that lower back on the floor. Keep going till you get to that 15. So the goal when you start these is to finish with great range of motion. So try not to lose that as you progress through these reps. To work especially hard to open them up a little wider each time. Okay, when you've done 15, take that band off. Get yourself back up. We're going to do one round on our inner thighs. So I'm going to use the ball. You decide. You have a ring or a ball, whatever you got. Get up between those knees. We're going back down. Nice and flat on the shoulder blades. Your feet are going to be on the floor. You're just going to squeeze the ball and let it go. 15 reps. Working a lot of the little muscles today that help support the infrastructure. So Not a good idea to neglect these little itty bitty muscles. When you get to 15, I just want you to hold the squeeze in. No bouncing, no pulsing, just a hold. And then let it go. Squeeze it in again, hold it. Let it go. One last one. Squeeze and hold. Okay, get rid of that ball or ring. Send your legs straight up to the ceiling. And now we're just gonna let gravity help us get a nice little stretch through the inner thighs. So just open the legs as wide as you can and just kind of give in to this. Now bring it back together, do it again, 3 times. Fold it out. Try to get them a little wider. But you're using gravity, you're not being the boss on this one. Back together, one more. Okay, legs up to the ceiling. Draw the knees into the chest. Little reprieve before we start a little bit of core here. So make a nice little circle to massage that lower back. Your knees together. Go the opposite way. Now you're going to flex your feet. You're going to bend your legs 90 degrees at the knee. You're going to keep that lower back pressing down to the floor. You're going to send the arms straight up to the ceiling. And now, starting on the right arm, you're going to send the right arm back and the left leg out. And then pull it back together. And then you're going to switch. Right leg out, left arm back. So it's nice and slow, lots of control. And you're just going to keep oscillating side to side. You want to be working that belly down the whole time. If it feels easy, the knee that's stacked over your hip could be moved forward a little bit to make it harder for the core to stabilize. And do a couple more and then draw the knees in for a little break. Okay, send the legs straight up to the ceiling. You're going to crunch it up. So the head and shoulder blades for you are going to come off the floor. You're going to tuck your chin down to the chest. You're going to slowly lower the right leg down to the floor while you hold the crunch and bring the leg back up. You're going to stay on that right leg and we're going to do 5. Now, if you want this to be harder, your left leg can move forward a little bit, maybe a third of the way down. But this is really working your hip flexor your side body a little bit, the obliques, transverse abdominis. You want to be nice and stable. No jerkiness. Couple more. Moving slowly. Okay, draw both knees in. Make a nice little circle. Maybe you open the knees this time. Try changing your direction. And now we're going to come back up with the legs. And we're going to do the left leg. So crunch it up, tuck that chin. Slowly lower the leg down. And slowly bring it back up. Try to keep the same pace going down as you do going up. And keep breathing. I know it's hard to hold that crunch. And if you do need to put the head down to take a break, by all means do it. Couple more if you can. You can keep the head down on the floor just to get through the last few. Nice. Now bring those knees into the chest. Another little circle. Small or big, your choice. Now we're going to rock and roll it up, and we're going to do some 90-90s. So scoot over to the right side of the mat, get your legs in that 90-90 position. And we're going to come forward with the upper body, nice and slowly, and then back up. So you should feel that right glute and hip. Try not to weight into your hands. You want to use your core strength as much as you can here. If you want to amp it up, bring your hands to heart, come down without any assistance. When you come back up, give me a little rotation. So turn your upper body, maybe looking over your left shoulder, and then rotate it back forward over that right leg and start your descent. Nice and slow, a lot of control. Few more. Okay, when you come up this time, bring your back leg forward, and we're going to scoot over to the left side of the mat, and you're going to get into your 90-90 again. So once you got that going on, start out with your hands, give yourself a little assistance so you get used to the movement. When you don't need them anymore, don't use them. And then add that little rotation. So you're rotating both shoulders and trying to look over the right one. Nice little twist, as small or big as it is, whatever you can do. Do a couple more. And then we're gonna sit up nice and tall. We're gonna take the feet out nice and wide. So I want you to sit up tall, trying to lengthen the spine. Think about pushing the back of the knees down into the floor as you start to slowly lean forward. This is a stretch for your inner thighs, as long as you're feeling it there. That's awesome. And then come back up. Now lean forward again. Maybe this time you take it a little further, maybe you don't. As long as you're feeling that stretch, that's all you care about. So we're going to do this 3 or 4 more times. Last one. Okay, now sitting up tall, you get the heels to the front corners of the mat, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to work our hip flexors again and our quads a little bit. Now you can have a slight lean back with your torso, as long as you're able to pull the belly in and keep the spine long. Then you just pick up the leg and send it over to the other one, and then bring it back. We're going to do 10 on this leg, 10 on the other one. Just try to lift it up and over. You can always set a weight standing up, just to make sure you're getting as much height as you can. Or not, you can just pretend it's there. So just try not to collapse through your lower back. Sometimes it's a little harder than we think. Okay, we're going to do a couple more, and then we're going to stretch it out before we do the other side. So I want you to just take that right leg and tuck it inside the left one. So you get a nice stretch through that upper part of the leg. Maybe lean forward a little bit. And try to work that right knee down towards the floor. And then come back up, send that right heel back out, and now we're working the left. Up and over to the right foot, and back. Be about halfway. We just got to get to 10. Bear with it. I know it's sometimes not easy. Sometimes you're feeling it, sometimes we're not. Got to push through. Okay. If you've got to 10, now we take that left foot, tuck it in the right leg, sit up nice and tall. You're going to lean forward and try to relax the left knee towards the floor. And then sit yourself back up and do it again. Lean forward, take it as far as you can. Come back up. And again. And one more time. Okay. Both heels to the front corners of the mat. Nice and slowly. We're going to Pilates style it all the way down. Tuck that chin, draw the belly in. Go down nice and slowly till your head's on the floor. Position yourself flat on the blades. So you're just gonna lie here. I want you to tuck your chin down, like you're trying to make yourself have a double chin. Once you've tucked that down, I want you to just lift the head off the floor a little bit. And then put it back down and let it all release. Tuck your chin, give me that nice big double chin. Lift that head a few inches off the floor. And set it back down, let everything relax. We're gonna do this 3 more times. Double chin, lift, and lower, and relax. Now, while you're doing this, I want you to stay flat on those shoulder blades. Just give me 2 more nice ones. So big chin tuck, lift, lower, release. Last one, tuck, lift, and lower. Okay, relax. We're gonna roll the head side to side. This is a nice feel-good moment. Just enjoy it nice and slowly. Okay, with a neutral neck, let's bend our legs a little bit. Not the biggest bend you could have. Feet are a little wider than your hips. Flat on the blades, arms are just chilling. You're gonna let the legs roll to the right, so you should feel like you're rolling right over that right glute. Bring the knees back up and roll again, 10 times on this side. Get some good blood flow to your butt. And if you don't feel like you're rolling right over, reposition the feet. Sometimes you have to explore to find the right place. And if you're going too quickly, you kind of miss a little bit of the massage, if you will. Couple more, and then you're going the other way. Okay, knees go to the left this time. Ten total on this side, and then we're going to meet in figure 4. More stretchy, bendy fun. Okay, with your knees pointing up to the ceiling, walk your feet in a little closer. Make sure you're still flat on the blades. We're going to bring the right heel up to your left leg. It's important to keep it flexed. With the arms remaining on the floor, try to rotate the knee forward, the right one, and then bring the left foot off the floor and the left knee into you without using your arms. And then put it back down. And as you lower, I want you to create resistance using that right foot, pushing into your thigh. Do it again. And lower. And lift. And lower. We're going to do 2 more. And then put both feet on the floor. Shake out those legs. And then we take the left foot on the right thigh. Flex it. Left knee pulls forward. And then pick that right foot up. Now, creating resistance, you're going to slowly lower it back down. And then pick it up again. Slowly lower it. And back up. And down. 2 more. Make sure you're adding that little bit of resistance as you lower. Okay, both feet on the floor. Now we're going to take our right leg, cross it over the left. You're going to let the knees go to the right, all the way down to the floor, and then you're going to open that left arm out to the side. You're going to stay here for 3 nice, big, deep breaths. And then uncross, bring them back up. And now you cross the left over the right, roll them or let them just relax down to the floor as far as they can. And send that right arm out for a nice big stretch. And then slowly bring it back up. You're going to bring both knees up and into the chest. We're going to make that nice little circle again. Excuse me, change directions. And now you're going to rock and roll yourself up to a standing position. Take a nice big reach up to the ceiling. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Thank you, guys.